The last known sighting of Naya Roberts was nothing short of haunting. She walked barefoot into the thick woods behind Ridgeway Creek, her unbraided hair spilling across her shoulders, clutching a worn leather pouch and a small notebook as if they were sacred. She never came back. To some, she was a restless dreamer chasing transcendence. To others, she was a young woman consumed by a dangerous obsession with mysticism. But there was one person who knew more than anyone else about her final steps. Her best friend, Tessa Monroe. This is not just a story of disappearance. It is a story of friendship fractured by love, poisoned by jealousy, and entangled with desperation for power that could never be explained. Naya was 19 when she vanished. She had always been described as radiant, brilliant in school, effortlessly beautiful, and filled with the kind of confidence people gravitated toward. Her laughter carried, her presence pulled people in, and even her flaws seemed to sparkle. Tessa Monroe, on the other hand, was quieter. She lingered in Naya's shadow, always there but never quite noticed in the same way. Teachers often praised Naya while overlooking Tessa. Boys stared at Naya but barely acknowledged her friend standing inches away. And perhaps the cruelest twist was Adrian Blake. Adrian was tall, dark-haired, with a quiet magnetism that drew attention without him even trying. Both Naya and Tessa noticed him the first day he transferred to their college. But it was Naya he noticed in return. Friends recalled the moment Adrian walked into the campus cafe, locking eyes with Naya across the room. The two spoke, laughed, and from then on, the air between them seemed to shimmer. For Tessa it was devastating. She had loved Naya like a sister, but watching her claim the affection of the boy she had secretly dreamed of broke something deep inside her. That fracture would widen into something darker. In her second year of college, Naya began attending secret meetings. She called them study groups, but they were nothing like late-night cram sessions for exams. They were gatherings focused on mysticism, ancient texts, and unlocking hidden knowledge. Participants lit candles, whispered chants in strange tongues, and spoke of ascending to higher levels of awareness. To Naya it was thrilling, an adventure of the mind and spirit. To Tessa it was an opportunity. If there was truly a way to tap into powers beyond the ordinary, perhaps there was also a way to bend love itself. Perhaps there was a ritual, a prayer, a charm, something that could make Adrian look past Naya and see her. Witnesses recalled that while Naya was animated, glowing with the excitement of discovery, Tessa often looked pale, anxious, and almost desperate. One classmate remembered overhearing a disturbing conversation. Naya said she was seeking truth, a kind of awakening. Tessa, though, she whispered to one of the older women there, asking if there was a way to make someone love you. It was unsettling. The seeds of danger had been sown. The tension between Naya and Tessa grew quietly but sharply. Adrian's affection for Naya became harder to ignore. He would wait for her after class, carry her books, and once even sketched her portrait during a lecture. Tessa pretended not to notice, but inside she was unraveling. Friends began to pick up on strange silences between the two girls. Where once they laughed and shared secrets, now there were pauses, cold looks, and strained words. One friend later testified. It was like Tessa loved Naya but hated her at the same time. She admired her but resented her. She wanted to be her, but she also wanted to destroy her. It was complicated. And then came the night of the ritual. A dark forest clearing on the outskirts of town, lit only by flickering candles placed in a wide circle. A group of figures sits cross-legged in ritual, chanting softly as smoke curls upward into the night sky. Symbols are etched into the dirt at the center, glowing faintly in the candlelight. Naya Roberts, a 19-year-old beautiful young woman with long unbraided dark hair and expressive brown eyes, sits near the edge of the circle, radiant and confident. She wears a loose white blouse and dark jeans, barefoot, holding her small notebook in one hand and scribbling furiously with the other. Her expression is ecstatic, glowing with conviction, as though she is on the verge of discovery. Tessa Monroe, a 19-year-old young woman with long straight blonde hair, pale skin, and tired blue eyes, lingers nearby. She wears a dark hoodie, a plain t-shirt, black leggings, and worn sneakers. Her expression is nervous and conflicted, thin features drawn tight with jealousy and desperation. She pulls aside a mysterious older woman cloaked in shadow, whispering her question with urgency. Her anxious gaze betrays the dangerous longing within. The atmosphere is heavy, suspenseful, mysticism and obsession colliding. The ritual closes in smoke and silence as the two girls walk back together. Something forever shifted between them. On the morning of her disappearance, Naya told her roommate she was going into the woods to shed her old self and be reborn. She carried her notebook, her pouch, and nothing else. Tessa volunteered to go with her. The two were seen walking toward Ridgeway Creek. Only one was seen returning. When questioned, Tessa insisted Naya had continued deeper into the forest, determined to test herself. She wanted to be free, Tessa told investigators, her voice trembling. But inconsistencies emerged. Naya's notebook was later found inside Tessa's backpack. In it, a final entry had been scrawled. The test of friendship is sacrifice. Tonight, the heart chooses. Tessa claimed Naya must have placed it there without her noticing. But detectives wondered, if Naya intended to disappear forever, why leave her words behind? And why with Tessa? Rumors swirled like wildfire. Some believed Naya had deliberately vanished, consumed by her quest for higher knowledge. Perhaps she joined a hidden sect, or wandered into the wilderness never intending to return. Others whispered that Tessa had lured her there. That jealousy and unrequited love had festered until it exploded into something irreversible. The most chilling theory suggested the ritual itself demanded a sacrifice, and that Tessa had offered up the very person she both loved and envied most. But there was no body, no blood, no trace of Naya in the woods, just silence. As suspicion mounted, Tessa became a person of interest. Investigators pressed her about the notebook, the conflicting stories, and the whispered conversations she had at the gatherings. She broke down once during questioning, crying, "I just wanted to be seen. I just wanted someone to love me." But she denied harming Naya. Adrian, devastated, distanced himself from both women. He refused to speak of his feelings publicly, but privately, friends said he was tormented by guilt, believing his presence had fueled the tragedy. Meanwhile, the town grew divided. Some defended Tessa, insisting she was merely a frightened girl caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. Others branded her dangerous, convinced she had traded her friend's life for her own desperate desires. Months passed. Searches were conducted, psychic mediums were consulted, and investigators combed through every lead. But Naya was never found. The only pieces of her that remained were her notebook entries. Pages filled with cryptic reflections, half-formed sketches of symbols, and unsettling lines that read more like prophecies than journal entries. Part 2.